good, YouTube? White Horse here, gonna give you guys Chandler Bernard's spellbook deck that he got third place at today's OTS in Tallahassee, Florida. What did you play, man?
Well, I played the Priestess build because I wanted to make the most consistent Prophecy deck I could, because occasionally, you know, like, Prophecies would just get completely brick hands, and I wanted to minimize the amount of times that I would just get unplayable hands. So Cutting World was the first thing I did, and I felt like the Triple Priestess build was the way to go. So I played 3 Magician, obvious. I played 3 Priestess. With Reckless Greed, it's never dead. And 2 Justice. You don't want to draw this in multiples, so my reasoning is playing 2 cuts down on the amount of times that I'll dead draw this. And honestly, it works out just fine in a 37 card deck with Reckless Greeds to only run 2. This in multiples is very good because, like, at least 2 matches I Triple Priestess for game. Like, it doesn't seem like spellbooks can OTK, but they can. Magician, 3 Priestess. It's kind of broken. That's 8 monsters, that's all I run. 2 Crescent. This card is good on the first turn, but I wanted to minimize the amount of times I drew this in Upstart or Duality, because you can't activate any other spell cards during the turn that aren't spellbook spell cards. Like, so I can't Upstart and Crescent in the same turn. So, like, I mean, it's pointless if you draw 2 of these because it puts you in a -1. 3 Secrets, obvious. 2 Master.
Obvious.
2 Tower. 2 Eternity.
How do you like this at 2?
Well, it's necessary late game just so I can recycle Fate over and over and over again. And it's sure, it kind of sucks to draw it early game, but I wanted to run a lot of spellbooks for Priestess so that I could make sure that if I drew a Priestess, it would be live. 2 Wisdom. I don't understand people playing this less than 2. I mean, I absolutely love this at 2. With Priestess, you can just clear whole fields. Power, Fate, Life. Okay, that's all the spell books. So I ran 2 Upstart, 1 Duality. Now,
alright, now how do you like the 1 Duality?
Well, I was originally testing 3 Upstart, and one of the things I noticed is that Upstart sometimes would get me into something that completely did not help my game state. But at the same time, sometimes I wanted to Upstart while I had Priestess in hand in hopes of special summoning my Priestess. So I found a balance at 1 Duality, 2 Upstart, because this can get me out of some brick hands, and this can allow me to still special summon Priestess. So I felt like this was a good balance. It's still 37 cards, and this is a good top deck late game, so it improved my consistency a lot. 2 MST, I don't agree with maining 3 in this deck. I sided 3rd in a lot, but sometimes drawing this can just be totally dead, because really you want to streamline what you draw in this deck. Like, if you have Priestess, you want to draw a spellbook spell card off of Tower. If you don't draw a spellbook spell card, that Priestess is just going to sit in your hand. So, I mean, Priestess is effectively an MST, especially with Wisdom. And I ran Book of Moon. I really like this card because it let me dodge Veiler and Venus Chain all day, and to me that was worth running it in and of itself, as well as its defensive capabilities. And I do run the triple Reckless.
How do you like this?
I absolutely love it. I would not play I would never play spellbooks without it again. Like,
ever?
It's absolutely crucial, because spellbooks may not seem like it because they don't have much aggression, but they are effectively a combo deck. You need 2 cards at all times to do things. Or even more. Like with Priestess, you need 3 spellbooks and a Priestess. But you at least need 2 cards to make your things go off. So, draw phase, you draw 1, you flip Reckless Greed, you draw 2. If you have Tower, that's 4 draws. That opens you up to so many different plays. This makes Priestess live almost all the time. And I played 2 Mirror Force. This was the weakest link of the deck because, I mean, I never really get to resolve it too much. Everything has stuff to pop it, and like spellbooks have Wisdom and stuff like that. But I felt like it was necessary to stave off some early aggression, but I might switch one for a Mind Crush and see how that works. Warning, I draw this card way too much. I don't know why, but I love it, so. 2 Venus Chain.
2 chains!
Yeah, I feel like 2 is fine. A lot of people are running 3, but
it's a rough life.
Like, it's decent against an established field, and it's decent against a non-established field, but I don't really want to draw it in multiples too much, especially in the mirror match. I mean, it's good in the mirror match, but if they Wisdom it, it's kind of pointless, and I'd rather draw a spellbook spell card, or, you know, to get me a tower to put over their tower or something like that. Torrential, bottomless.
Alright, no, oh, well, never
That's
mind.
40 cards in the main,
Alright.
obviously.
30, actually.
Yeah, 37.
Yeah.
Depending on what you count the
And the reckless, yeah, I was about to say.
Tokens. Extra deck, I didn't really. I think all I went into was Shining Elf and Downer tonight.
Well, you got a Draco Sack.
Yeah. But I had an opportunity to go Yugioh Phoenix, but I had game anyway, so I didn't go for the overkill. Ring 7s, I play number 11 Big Eye and Draco Sack. But I didn't get this in time for the tournament, Hierophant of Prophecy. This card is absolutely busted. It can break entire fields, you can pop 5 back row off of it. I won, just playing for fun against my friend, I proxied this card and popped 5 back row against his Yugioh deck, and it was ridiculous. But I couldn't find one before the event, so I just threw an extra card in the extra deck. But if I could do it over again, I'd definitely put this card in there. Yugioh Phoenix, Gachi, these are all out of order, I'm sorry.
It's fine, bro.
Acid Golem, Tempo. I'm probably never going to go into rank 3s, but I need a
Just in case, yeah.
Leviathan Dragon, this is what I just threw in instead of Hierophant. Another Gachi, sorry, that's 2. Herald, this card's decent, but since I don't run World, I don't really need it. But it's in there because it can be. Mech Whips and Stardust Crimson Blader because I side Baylor's. I never went into them. Yeah, got my side. I run, for 1-ofs, I run 1 D-Fissure, 1 Mystical Space, 1 Twister, 1 DNA Surgery, and 1 Soul Drain. These are for Mermails. I sided this in against almost everything. Twister for the sided cards against me, and field spells in the mirror match if I'm going first. DNA Surgery on the off chance I played Bujins, or on the off chance someone sided DNA Surgery against me and I needed to use it. I played 2 Rivalry because I was scared of the Evil Swarm matchup, because, I mean, it's a very difficult matchup, especially in a Priestess build. And I played against my friend Jamie who played Constellars in top 8 and flipped Rivalry, and he couldn't do anything, so. Let's see, 2 Overworked, Fire Fist, 2
Fuck
Mind
that
Crush,
deck.
everything. I really want a main one. 2 Valor, these were my mirror match cards.
Yo, MVPs?
Huh?
MVPs of the day,
yeah,
maybe?
I sided in Mind Crush against almost everything, and Valor won me a lot of games.
Well, of course.
Won me games against Yugioh, and it went, like, this card made my tower live, and it stopped his OTK, which opened me up to just destroy his entire field with double Reckless and Priestess the next turn. It was ridiculous. 2 Max C, I sided this in a lot, and one thing that I found through testing, and you know, I didn't know how well it was going to work at first, but I sided out my Reckless Greeds. I don't know where the third one is, but I sided out my 3 Reckless Greeds when I sided in Max C, because Max C is
basically the same
thing,
yeah.
and it opens up 3 side deck slots. So like this is almost always a plus, and you really just need stuff to stave off OTKs with this deck, because its only weakness is if they can kill you before you set up.
Alright, man, is there anything else you want to say before we go, or?
I feel like this deck works very well. I went 6-0 in Swiss. I was the only undefeated player. Yeah, like, out of the whole tournament, I only ever drew 1 hand that I could consider bad. Everything else was good or above good. It was either great or good, and it was. I'm very happy with how the deck performed, and I wouldn't really change too much about it.
Alright, guys, well, that's it. This is Chandler Bernard's Prophecy. You already know. It's gonna be more deck profiles on the way, so stay tuned, guys. We'll be right back.